Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. It is officially, I guess, kind of summer vacation for me. I'm graduating on Wednesday. I am taking summer classes just because I transferred and like I have to make up credit, which is fine because I still graduate on time. It's okay if you don't though. Everyone goes through their own timeline, whatever. It's fine. Don't let anybody force you into graduating in 4 years if you don't want to. That became a whole tangent. I'm so sorry. This is a reading vlog. So currently I'm reading 3 books actually. Whew, and then I'm going to go through the list of books that I want to read. So I just finished Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. I realized that, you know, I'm a witty novels fan for so long. How can I not be reading any of her books, like her favorites? And so I decided to finally pick it up. Unfortunately, Witty Novels is on a bit of a social media hiatus and I was unable to tell her how excited I was to read it and also how much I actually very much love this book. I am in the middle of the little novella of Destroy Me from Warner's point of view. But if you don't know, I actually didn't even know about this book until I saw Whitney's YouTube videos. But this book is a YA sci-fi like fantasy book about a girl named Juliet, and she has this is the dystopia. They live in a dystopia and Juliet has this power, and anytime she touches someone it's a very fatal touch, and there's this organization called the Reestablishment that Warner is involved with, and he wants to use Juliet as a weapon, and there's a bit of love in this. It's really cute. I don't understand why Whitney likes this character so much, but I definitely want to finish the little novella from Warner's perspective right away and then borrow the next book. I've actually have a coupon from Barnes & Noble, so I might just buy the whole series. Who knows? But I am in the middle of reading Destroy Me, which is why I still have this. And then the second book that I'm reading is actually an ebook, which I'm not enjoying on an ebook at all. And I'm reading it on my phone on an app called Cloud Library, I think, that the Brooklyn Public Library uses. And I actually decided to just borrow the physical copy, so I'm waiting for that. It's called America Is Not the Heart, I think, by Elaine Castillo. Written in second person, in the second person, is that what it's called? First person, second person, third person? The character, I think she is from the Philippines, and about her life and her very sad life and how she wants to get out to come to America. I'm only about 30 pages into it just because I really do not like having to read it on my phone. Yeah, ebooks are not my thing. I love having the physical copy. So far, that's all that I can tell you. The third book I'm reading is Harry Potter, A History of Magic, excuse me, by the British Library. I actually saw this at the British Library when I went to London like 4 or 5 years ago, and I wanted to pick it up, but I totally forgot that it's not J.K. Rowling's actual History of Magic book. It's literally just like an actual history of what J.K. Rowling used to write her book, which is still really interesting, and I'm only on like the first page of the introduction, even though that was 3 days ago. I just have not had time to read this. I was staying over at my boyfriend's place too, so I only had access to Shatter Me. That's all I could tell you. And the book that I'm actually going to start today, my boyfriend Coda helped me pick it out, is Something in the Water by Catherine Steadman. This one I really wanted to read because it's on Reese Witherspoon's book club. I saw her promoting it on her Instagram. This book is about Erin, a documentary filmmaker, and Mark, her handsome investment banker, new husband. That didn't make any sense, but that's his job, and now they're married, and they're on a honeymoon in Bora Bora, and basically they find something in the water while scuba diving, and they either have to tell someone or protect their secret. Like something happened, like a really devastating chain of events happened, and it says, have you ever wondered how long it takes to dig a grave? Wonder no longer. There's like a bunch of lies involved, and whether or not they want to protect themselves, Erin and Mark, or if they want to tell someone and ruin it all. And that's what I'm going to be reading next. I'll let you guys know how it is, also how other books are going. Yeah, reading a lot. And then the other book that I want to finish for this reading vlog is The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. This book is, this was an internationally #1 best-selling author, and I think this was Catherine Steadman's debut novel. But this book is about a family, Charlotte, and Samantha Quinn. 28 years ago, something really happened. Like there was an attack on their family and their mother died, and their father, the like top-notch notorious defense attorney, left him devastated. And then 28 years later from that attack, Charlie has become a defense attorney as well, following her father's footsteps, and she's the ideal good daughter, which is, I guess, the the title of the book. There's another tragedy that occurs in Pikeville, their town, that leaves the entire town traumatized this time, and Charlie is getting these flashbacks of like what happened to her family years before, and she has to try to suppress those terrible memories, but then because the shocking truth about the crime that destroyed her family nearly 30 years ago won't stay buried forever. This is a blend of a cold case thriller and a psychological suspense, which I absolutely love this type of genre. I think that's my favorite type of genre, like mystery, thriller, suspense, that type of thing, which this book involves as well. So I'm really excited to read these two books. So Coda and I are going to go out. He needs to get a haircut. We might watch a movie, Aladdin, who knows, but it's late. It's very hot today and people are actually already at the beach, but let's go enjoy the day regardless in my black, dark, non-hot summer day beach looking outfit. Let's go. Alright, so it's the next day. Coda and I, he didn't end up getting his haircut, but we went on a really nice date night to a restaurant that we really liked, and we're very glad that we went back. Their guac is amazing. I wanted to do a reading update. I didn't get to do a lot of reading because we were so full when we came back and we just wanted to lounge around and chill. So for History of Magic, I started it a couple days ago, but I was only like on page 1, and now I'm on page 84, so I basically only read like 83 pages. I'm counting it as 84 because I only read like a couple paragraphs of the introduction. For Destroy Me, I only read 40 pages, so I only read a total of 124 pages yesterday. Hopefully I could catch up with today, and with tomorrow being graduation I won't be able to read a lot, but Coda already left to go home, and then he's gonna meet up with my family tomorrow. I did want to come on here and do a little bit of an unboxing. A brand did reach out to me called Peach and Lily. They are a Korean beauty company created by an esthetician named Alicia Yoon, and they have this little sister branch called Peach Slices, which is, these names are so cute, and I wanted to open this up for you guys. I'm not being sponsored or paid, they just wanted to send me something, and I said I'm all for skincare, love it, and I have to hurry because my battery is dying. Oh my god, these are really cute. It's all in this cute little mesh pack. First thing I'm pulling out is Apple Lip Berry Balm. And if you can see there, they spelled berry with a little pun. This is so cute. It smells like freshly cut apples. Oh my god, this packaging, everything is so cute. This is why I love Asian stuff. It's not even like a really overpowering smell that you wouldn't like, so that's definitely a plus. I think that especially if you're really sensitive to smell like I am, that's really great. Ooh, Pineapple Peach Popsicle Sheet Mask to clarify and calm your skin. This is great. I actually really wanted to do a mask before graduation. This one is a Mango Peach Popsicle Sheet Mask for hydration and glow. They're actual popsicles. Oh my god, I actually wanted these. This is the little hairband thing when you wash your face or whatever, so nothing touches your hair, I think, right? You do it like this. Oh my god, so cute. I actually really wanted something like this. Does that look weird? It's fine though, because it keeps my hair out of the way. These are really cute. Okay, well, thank you so much to Peach Slices for sending me these. Freaking cute, and I can't wait to use them. Perfect timing that it came for graduation the next day too. Thank you so much. Here's the thing, I'm in a totally different setup and I didn't vlog at all yesterday because yesterday, Wednesday, I graduated. I truly overslept the day of my graduation and I got like 9 hours of sleep, but somehow my body wanted to give me 10. No, I set my alarm for 9 hours and my body gave me 10, and I wake up to a knock on my door and my mother's asking me like if I want to take a shower or something, which I already did the night before because she wanted to take a shower, and I checked my phone and it's freaking 11:30. So I rushed out the door. I couldn't do anything, didn't draw on my eyebrows, and left. I had to get dressed and I left immediately because we were told to be there at 12:30 sharp. But of course, things were running late and I didn't need to be there that early, and there were plenty of times for me to draw on my eyebrows and like do my mascara and all that jazz, but I didn't, and it was fine. The ceremony wow. Hillary Clinton was my commencement speaker. Truly amazing speaker. Like, say what you want about her, but she fucking is a good ass speaker. Didn't use any of her notes. I was engaged the whole time. Can't say that for everybody else. The ceremony was really long. It ran over, and so we had to rush off to our dinner reservations at the Mercer Kitchen, which was very delicious. So I couldn't take a lot of photos. Now I understand why people take their graduation photos ahead of time, which I should have done, because I only have like 2 photos and I don't think I look good in them. I'm obviously in a very different setting, and maybe I'll change it because I've been talking for a long time. But Puppy, come here. Who's that? I'm dog sitting. I'm staying over at this place for a week because your mama is going to Japan, and so I'm here. She actually moved, so I'm in a new location. She just moved in today, but a lot of her stuff is in storage until she can like really sort it out. I'm new to this place, she's new to this place, so I'm figuring things out. I just went to Whole Foods to get some groceries. I didn't do like groceries for the entire week, but I did need to get some groceries for this boy. He eats dry food with some vegetables like cucumbers and stuff, and I got some chicken for him. As for the reading update, I read yesterday during, not the ceremony, but we were told to be there at 12:30 sharp, and I read on the train. I brought a really small bag, so I didn't think I could bring a book, but I forgot that America Is Not My Heart by Elaine Castillo is on my phone as an ebook. I read a really decent chunk of it. I think, okay, not that decent actually. I think I read about 70 pages. I'm about 100 or so pages in now. Last night I had a really bad insomnia. I only got 3 hours of sleep, so I decided instead of like frolicking around on my phone, that's probably a weird way to say that, but I was doing shit on my phone, and I was like, this is not really good for my eyes, it's gonna keep me more awake. So I decided to read Harry Potter: History of Magic, and I am now into the Care of Magical Creatures section. It's really good, it's very informative, and I fly through it, actually, that's what it's called, and that made me sleepy enough to go to sleep for the 3 hours that I did. Good morning! Hello everyone. Is this a good position? Probably. I did start reading Something in the Water by Catherine Steadman today, like just a couple minutes ago, and I'm still on page 20 on chapter 3. This book already from the beginning was a twist, and then I think in the second chapter it starts, she's like, okay, let me explain what happened. So it's pretty good so far. I didn't expect the twist at all. I'm about halfway maybe through of Something in the Water, and the book is very, very, very much plot driven, and I'm enjoying it so much so far. There have been insane plot twists not every like chapter, because that would be too crazy. It has been quite the ride. There's always a big change, and it keeps me on my toes, and I'm very happy with the book so far. Because it is due at the library tomorrow, I do need to finish that, and hopefully I will do so by today. And then I'm gonna visit home once because I'm still dog sitting, but I do need to get to the library and stuff like that. So I also want to finish Harry Potter: A History of Magic. I just came back from Trader Joe's after a long day. Had class today, and then afterwards I was told that housekeeper, oh my god, that my bag was so heavy. The housekeeper was coming, so I didn't want to be in her way. I stayed out of the house. I walked to the Barnes & Noble on 5th Avenue and 46th Street, and I chilled there for actually way too much time. I had started reading The Bride Test by Helen Huang, which is the companion book to The Kiss Quotient, and I really wanted to buy the 2 books. I initially went in there on like Friday, I think, to go look for all the books that I wanted, which were like Helen Huang's books, the Shatter Me series, etc, etc, and because I couldn't find the Shatter Me series like completely, so I just sat there, waited for my boyfriend, and read The Bride Test. I put it on hold at the library, but I was number 99, so I figured it would just be easier to buy it since I already love the book so much so far. I officially I got to like page 122 on Friday, but I haven't uploaded the vlog in so long that I didn't tell you guys. But I immediately went to Barnes & Noble. I found a book that I was looking for that I couldn't find on Friday, but I want to do a book haul, so I'm keeping everything a little hush-hush. But I got to page 122, and when I read the book today, I'm now 84% in. I'm on like page 250, I think. But today I did buy 3 new books, but obviously for the book haul, I'm going to keep those a secret. Oh my god, I just fell in love. I looked through so many books, picked out some bookmarks that I can show you guys too. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, I hope you can hear me. I think there's a garbage truck outside, but yesterday I got very little clips. I went home and I was able to finish There's Something in the Water by Catherine Steadman, and I went home to also finish Harry Potter History of Magic. As I said in my Goodreads review, I left like a really short review. I did give it 4 stars. I did really enjoy it, and I didn't expect the twists and turns that kept coming in the book, but I feel like at some point maybe you could. But the point is, it was her debut novel, so I did think that she did a good job, but I think there were just an insane amount of twists and turns for one story that at some point I was like, how believable is this? And as for A History of Magic, of course, just reading this entire book, like I've loved this series since I could remember. I read the series like every summer, every year. I didn't get to last year because of the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and I wanted to read books that I haven't read before, but I want to this year again. It just goes to show just how much research and dedication J.K. Rowling has put into the world of Harry Potter, and how she did an amazing job of this. Oh yeah, literally it's sitting right here. It's called Trust No Auntie by Maria Kamar. I should have looked up how to pronounce her name. This book is a non-fiction book written by this artist who went by the name Hate Copy on Instagram, and it's kind of her guide on how to deal with all the aunties in your life, and not specifically like your biological aunt, but like family friends and like your friendly neighbors, and like how to deal with them as a rookie versus like as a boss. I can't really relate to it because I do have aunties, I guess. I don't call them that, but they are my aunties, but they never really treated me the same way that they do in this kind of comical yet annoying way that other people might. If you can relate to it, I think it would really be funny for you. But even for me, like, this is a how-to guide basically. She gives out recipes to do as like a broke college student on like what you can do and like the spicy levels of or like difficulty levels of how to deal with your aunties. And so far I'm still on page 36. I do hope to finish this. I went to Barnes & Noble today and I finished The Bride Test. It was really cute, of course, with Helen Huang's writing, but I still do prefer The Kiss Quotient, I think. It was really interesting though to read The Bride Test and see glimpses of Stella and Michael. I don't know why it didn't click until I heard somebody else talking about the book, that Kai is from The Kiss Quotient as well. I haven't been explaining the plot. The Bride Test follows Kai and Esme. Kai's mom wants him to get married. She brings over Esme over from Vietnam on a visa to try to set them up, but there's a deadline for how long her visa lasts over the summer. Sort of obviously their love story and the difficulties in between. And then I also finished Trust No Auntie. The artwork is really, really cool. Hate Copy is a illustrator, like an artist. Again though, I only gave it like 3.5 stars because I couldn't really relate to it. It was still really interesting, and I'm sure it was very relatable for a lot of people. It didn't really work for me as a how-to guide or like things to relate to, but I still did enjoy it. The next book I have brought is Persepolis 2, The Story of a Return. I actually own Persepolis, the first book, and I watched the movie too, and I didn't know that there was a second book. This is also part of my library haul. This book is written by Marjan Satrapi. Oh my god, it has been a very long time since I read the first book. This involves Marjan Satrapi. This is like based on her life during the Iran Revolution. She's still growing up in the first book. I guess obviously part 2 is part 2 of her life. But now I'm realizing as I'm explaining the plot of this book, that's all I really know. I didn't even read the blurb. I just knew that I needed to read the second one, that I probably should read the first one. We'll see. Alright, basically though, this book is a black and white graphic novel like this, where she draws and obviously like writes about her life and she narrates it. I remember the first book being quite comical, and she handles like talking about the historical issues very well. Obviously, I'm back home, and on the train I was able to finish Persepolis 2. Someone actually on the train talked to me and they were like, excuse me, what book are you reading? And we got into a conversation about how we both didn't know that there was a second book, but I did let him know that I believe the movie incorporates both of the books because a lot of the imagery was very familiar to me. The book ended, I guess, at this stage in her life where she goes off to Paris, and that is where Marjane Satrapi now resides. I believe she's now a dual citizen of France and Iran. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, give it a big thumbs up and keep on reading, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
You call me up, it's like a broken record.